Hello everybody, welcome to the video. Today we are back with some more VRS GT3, doing the series a lot lately, but mostly because with where my work schedule is a lot of the time, the races tee up nicely with when I've, kind of chilled a bit and yeah, just available to race basically on work week, during the work weeks. So yeah, part of the reason why I'm doing a lot of the GT3 lately. But here at Road Atlanta this week in the Bimmer for this first run of the week.
Get
Fifth
ready,
place is
going
the
green.
three car, so not bad in qualifying. 40-minute race, no tyre change, refuel required as always.
The pace car is in. Green, green, green.
Not a bad start. Gonna get one already. Alright, cool. That's the spot already. Good stuff. Oh, hey, that's a dead Bimmer. Just got back on without causing incident. Good stuff. That's 2 freebies already. Good stuff. Righto. Good stuff. So from memory, I think the Bimmer is actually quite quick around here. It does suit the car, this track very well. A lot of raw mechanical grip required, so it does suit the car well. So it is relatively pacey here from what I can understand, so that's always fun. Well, that was close. That played pretty much no part in why I picked the car. I mostly picked it just because haven't raced the Bimmer in a bit, so it's about due another race in it. So yeah, anyway, good start. 2 spots already.
You're now in third.
Let's try and get a bit of a rhythm, shall we? I'll say that and I'll plough off the next corner, I bet you, but we'll keep going anyway. Oh, just gotta be careful there. Had in qualifying on my first lap, it just grabs to the left very easily. Imagine just to get the thing turned, it's a pretty stiff setup this week. Oh, the Bimmer, oh, the Merc.
Go right.
Oh man, how did we survive that? And everyone's barreling all over the joint. It's a dominoes effect back there, and next minute, we're up into P2. Apparently nobody wants to be at the front of the field today, apart from the leader. So there you go, wow. I think from what I can tell, I could be wrong, but it does feel like it's pretty hot conditions. I didn't actually check how hot the track was before I started, because that's just what I do, but yeah, it does feel a little bit hotter. It certainly looks like a pretty hot track, but we'll see. But either way, P2, wow, that was I haven't been gifted this many positions for a while. I'm just going to not pleb it now and not keck myself over. Just get used to the Bimmer again. No, he's gone, that's a rage quit. Just a mistake on his own there. That was no contact, no nothing. Just pushed too hard and round she went. Easy to do around here.
You're in second.
I'm just going to make sure I don't do it myself. Oh, trading paints loading in. Good stuff. I think the problem I'm going to have here is I'm going to be used to GTEs around here more than GT3s. So that's going to be the main problem I've got. Got to get used to the lack of downforce, and apparently voice chat must be kicking off a bit. Thank goodness I've got it muted as per normal. It was a good thing to do that, I've found. Oh, that was on the edge. Definitely does feel like a pretty hot track, to be honest. The car does feel pretty skatey, pretty on edge. It's going to be nice and smooth. That's what's fun to me about the Bimmer though. It drives very uniquely compared to the other GT3s. McLaren is another one that drives a bit differently as well, i.e. very, very, very loose because it's probably the slickest of all the GT3 cars. So not too bad around here though. Pretty quick around here. I'm fairly sure if you can hang on to it, obviously, if you can kind of fang it a bit and not lose it, it's not too bad around here. But yeah, the Bimmer's a bit of an interesting one. Weird sort of handling characteristics, but I don't mind it. It's a different experience, but I do quite enjoy it. Of course, we're waiting for whenever it eventually goes, if it ever will. I mean, it does seem like IR's kind of, well, focuses very heavily on the GTEs, obviously being the sort of current sort of trend, I guess, in racing over GT3s. So they kind of left the GT3s as they are now. Oh boy, oh, there's a bit of that snap oversteer on entry. Yeah, so whether there's anything going to happen there, I don't think there is. I haven't heard any murmurs anywhere of GT3 getting any sort of love at all. So good amount of people still race it, but yeah, just, as I say, I think IR at the moment seem to be very heavily invested on the GTE stuff on the road side of things, which is fair enough. It is the current sort of booming category. There's a new GTE. It's next build, I'm pretty sure, next season build. 18 season 2, I'm pretty sure. There's apparently a new GTE, another one being released, make it 4 now in the sim. Not sure which one. My assumption is that it's either going to be, got to be the Aston Martin, the new one, or got to be the Bimmer, the Mate 8. I mean the Mate GTE. That's my assumption anyway. The thick boy GTE, even though it's not actually that thick compared to the others, but anyway, we'll ignore that. But yeah, that's my assumption, is it's got to be one of those two, you would think. Obviously, we already got a Porker, already got a Ferrari, already got a Ford, but we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. There's zero much on each side of the Z4 around here. It's a bit dicey around a track like this with all the bumps. Doesn't like the bumps too much, the Z4. It's not the worst, I don't think, with the bumps, but it doesn't particularly love them, so it can be a bit dodgy when it hits the bumps the wrong way. Mercedes obviously is pretty good at chewing them up. Ferrari's similar. Yeah, Audi and the Macca's not too good with it either, but yeah. Again, though, seems to be quick though, Z4 around here. As long as we don't pleb it, it's looking like it might be a nice cruisy race for us. We seem to be slowly pulling away from everyone behind, losing time to the leader, which is fine. I'm pretty sure they drive a lot more GT3 than I do, so not surprising. Consistently in the mid-18s, it would seem. I don't really feel like I'm pushing ridiculously hard, just kind of putting the laps on the clock, more or less. Bit of a shame, really. It all exploded at the start when everyone kept dying, and now it's just on our own. But obviously, it's never really that easy, especially around a track like this in a car like this, where it's a bit on edge. Could always be alert, just keeping an eye on things. Ahead of the number 1 car, though. The number 1 car is back there, so we'll see whether they might have a bit of a charge. Number 3 car, of course. So at the moment, we should gain a good chunk actually from this, especially if we have a nice clean race, for instance. 30 minutes to go. We've got a relatively short fuel refill, about 20 litres thereabouts at the moment. That's what JRT is indicating. Not too bad. About just under half of what the restricted fuel cap allows in this series. Well, we are really pulling away from the car behind. Pace seems to be struggling a bit. Louise has buggered off down the road, but that's fine. No real stress there. So that first corner, got to be so careful through that. To be back in the Bimmer though, the V8 singing in front of this car does sound very nice. Very deep growl to it. Race did split as well, I can't even really mention that, but yeah, race did split just the once, so not a huge amount of people racing this time zone, as there always doesn't really tend to be, a huge amount, but can be enough generally to get a decent race out of it. There we are, pulling away from the car behind and the two behind him as well, and obviously everybody else kind of lined up back there. We've got a bit of a juicy battle pack back there for P4, so that's interesting to see. I think that could get juicy. Fine with me, I'll just keep plodding along here in P2, that's fine with me, I don't have a problem with that. Benjamin's made the move, so now up to P4, so keep an eye on his progress, because he's, excuse me, pace and quality wasn't too bad. He qualified about a tenth or two slower than us, so might be a similar case to me where he's just kind of jumped in with not much practice and sort of get quicker as the race goes on. Oh wow, an apex in there somewhere. Yeah, pulling away from the 5, who's starting to fall into Benjamin's hands a little bit. Apparently a fuel window has now opened. Might actually start adjusting that. Looks like we won't go a lap more than what we're doing. Probably about that for now. I missed the braking marker there. That could have been very awkward. Wow, Benjamin left the guy behind him for dust already on the back of the number 5 car. Hopefully they'll have a nice big ding dong and hold each other up and I can scurry off down the road. Or Benjamin can just get him already. Oh, no, okay, interesting. Number 5 already pitting. That's a interesting call, but there you go. Have to keep an eye out then. Strength of field, I've got to mention that too, about 2,500 pretty much. Strength of field, 21 cars signing up, or in this split, signed the split. Not too bad really, not the worst, not incredible, that kind of sort of area. Yeah, it looks like Benjamin does have a good chunk of pace, becoming on song maybe as the race goes on. That's fun, don't really mind, I'm happy with the top 3, I'm happy with that, so see what happens. Just about keeping with Louise, he's slowly pulling out the gap in front, but that's what was to be expected, so no real stress there. Banging in the consistent 18s, which is good. Glad to see the consistency is there, as I say, I don't, definitely not absolutely cruising, but I don't feel like I'm pushing too hard. It's enough to keep consistent and clean. Nice when it grips through there and you clobber that inside curb. Probably will have lap traffic at some point as well. Being a relatively decent spread rating wise, so probably a decent spread of pace as well between the field. Obviously also being a pretty short lap around here at Road Atlanta. Yeah, plodding along nicely, just putting in the laps. Car feels nice, setup feels, you know, solid enough. Seems to be doing the job here. Obviously any issues wouldn't be the setup, it'd just be me being a pleb as per, so can't really fall back on that one. So, all good. I think I've gone off track yet. I'm just trying to remember if I have. I don't think I have. I don't think I actually managed. I think I managed to avoid the spun Merc and not off track. I'm pretty sure. So. Well, he just continues to open that gap up bit by bit. Just kind of plodding along, just about keeping the gap to Benjamin. More or less, although he's just taking a chunk out of us there. Deep there, I was a bit worried that was a bit too much, but we got away with it. Got a little bit still to go, so we'll stop for fuel. We may as well stay out, obviously, being in clean air. Not much point in risking pitting and coming out in traffic. Got some lovely clean air with us now. All of us at the front will do the same thing. We'll bleed the tanks out, as usually the play. So, more or less match Benjamin that lap by. Yeah, get a lap. That little wiggle there over the bump, top of the hill, top of the rise, I should say. Yeah, Benjamin just keeping us honest at the moment. He's not quite closing enough to really be a threat, but still plenty of time on his end to catch up, so just keep pushing on. float along. Benjamin just slowly filling that gap in, ever so slowly. Just past halfway as well, so about 90 minutes to go now on this one. 6 or 7, we might actually make 7 laps, maybe, probably go 6 just to be safe. We'll need to risk it at this point, run our nice little cushion here. Close. Nearly grabbed there. Nearly grabbed. So we might well have a bit of traffic to deal with in a second, so we'll see how that pans out. Missed the apex there pretty bad. It's alright. Benjamin there taking a bit of a chunk out of us that lap. We actually pretty much kept the gap to Louise, but Benjamin obviously faster than the both of us. Again, not by much, only a couple of tenths, but every bit counts. A bit worried there. Zoned out, went a bit too wide. Slow lap. Oh, okay, too bad then. Yeah, Benjamin's still going, so he's picking up the pace. If that lap car maybe just balks him a little bit. Oh. Which way is he going to go? Is he staying left? No, going to go right. Cool.
Right side. Clear on the right.
Fine for me. Yeah, wow, that car is pretty stuffed up. That's a pretty dead Ferrari, that is. Not so prancing horse. Awful line. So watch that outside curve, don't want to mount it too hard, it'll send you straight off in some cases. kind of looming there in the background. Nearly pit stop time. Just a quick fuel or refuel, and then we run our merry way again. Alright.
You got about 2 laps of fuel.
So we should have about 10 to go this time by, according to JRC, so we'll pit about 9 to go. Possibly 8, depending on how much time that pit stop takes out of the laps. So those top 3 have all kind of settled at the moment. We'll pit this lap. Try and risk the extra lap. I think we could probably just about get away with it, but we won't. And there's my first off track of the race. So that's good. Oh, hello. That took so long. Don't know what that line was, but a bit of a fail. Just going to let Benjamin have a bit of a sniff. Not really what we wanted, but it's alright. Just accidentally went a bit too deep there. And in road lander, and being that first sector, you get one bit wrong and it just cascades and you get the whole thing wrong. So let's give Benjamin a bit of a breathe in, a bit of a sniff in it. 5 seconds now back, but 9 to go. Running out of time he is now. So if we can just keep plodding along, hopefully we'll run out of time, is the hope.
The lead is pitting now.
No, I want to pit. I want to pit. There we go. I lost a bit of time there. What should we really do there? And that was a pretty passive entry as well. It's alright. Benjamin continues on. Tyres, 20 litres, righto. Cool. Apparently got a couple of seconds optional, probably from bashing one of the curbs a bit too hard, I would imagine. That also net code maybe. I love they're going to come out some beautiful clean air once again, look at that. 15 seconds either side, beautiful stuff, I love it. Like a lot. We still managed to gain time in the pit stop, that's okay. Probably got some fuel saving up there while he's at it, because, you know, why not? May as well when you're leading by that much. Yeah, we beat out those two pitted earlier as well quite nicely. It's good stuff, all around good stuff. Oh, it's a tardy exit on the straight, that's right. Bang on the money fuel-wise apparently, so we're on the cusp. May have to do a little bit of fuel saving maybe, but shouldn't be too bad. A little lifting, coasting here and there should do it. Oh, there goes that Joey guy, so he's obviously had an accident behind us. Big rip there. Oh man, telling me like the inside curve the BMW, but it's okay. So status quo, back to Benjamin, out of the stops. Maybe gained a little bit, but not too much. Actually, yeah, well, we actually gained a good chunk. So it might just be the timing yet to fully update. Can be a bit up and down sometimes, but looking like we might have gained half second to second maybe in the stops, so that's good. Gives us a little bit more breathing room. These last 7 or 8 laps. Hardy down the exit of the straight.
You're back in second.
To confirm, back into second. That was a bit too deep with the T1, but we got through. Very fun track, Roadland. There's a good reason why it's so popular in most series whenever they do come here. It's a very fun track. Quite nice with the V8s as well, goes really well with them as well. Fun. If someone's off, it's a lap car, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to run out. At this point, we'll run our fuel right on the line at this point. So we should have 5 to go next time by. Benjamin continues to push and he's just creeping up. But again, he needs more than a few tenths a lap to catch us in time now. They need almost a second lap now to catch up.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left. Right side. Still there. Hold your line. Clear on the right.
Got past the traffic and maybe lost a tenth or two maximum, so that's good. It was nice when you deal with traffic next to no time loss. Should be 5 to go now, so entering the last few laps of this one. Is that going to be off track? Oh, cool. Still just the one. Beautiful. Very good, been a very clean race apart from nearly collecting the Mercedes there when he spun in front of us, but was lucky to dodge that. Again, Well, a few tenths helped by the lap car a little bit, but still not quite enough. Still needs a little bit more. At this point, he needs to literally be closing by a second lap to have any shot at getting me. As I can keep doing what I've been doing, that shouldn't happen, so just keep plodding along, really. That's all we can do. That's what I mean about that curb. That's going to give Benjamin a nice little invite into this battle. Exactly what I meant. Just clobbered it a little too much. Car didn't like it, reacted to it very poorly. And suddenly, there goes that second that Benjamin needed that lap. So, if not more, so it's okay. We do have enough breathing room that hopefully, if we can not do any more of that, it should still be safe. Got 3 to go this time by. And again, we're right on the cusp of fuel. Got about 0.3 of a tank left, it looks like, in reserve. So I'll probably cough right after we get to the line, but it should be right. Yeah, 19, there you go, so that shows 6, 7 tenths lost there. Bit what we'd normally be doing lap-wise, just from that little error. Followed up with a decent lap. Better through there, still pretty messy, but better. Enough that Benjamin doesn't gallop up to us. Two to go this time by. Pretty much matched Benjamin this lap, so as long as we can not do that mistake again, we should be safe in second theoretically. Much better back on pace. Much kept the gap to Benjamin. So just do that a couple more times and we're good to go, I think. Such a delicate corner there. Just got enough brake that it stops, but not enough that it darts you off to the left. Left there. There we go, it's better. Much better. Alrighty, last lap about to come up on. Apologies as well for it being a bit of a quieter race in the end. It ended up being a bit of a quiet one, really. A pretty relaxing kind of race, really, in a way. After the initial shenanigans, just kind of ended up being on our own, conveniently, and plodding along since. So apologies for that, and also being probably a little quieter just chatting this race. Midway through my work week this week, so wee bit on the tired side, but it's okay. A lap car, one last final lap car we may have to deal with here, and then we should be home free, theoretically. Benjamin's still pushing, still closing, but as I mentioned, just won't quite be enough at this point. Oh no, not now, that car, not now. Okay, cool, thank you.
Car right. Clear on the right.
He was observant enough to see me there. There you go, well, that is that. Across the line to finish, and that is the end of that one.
Alright, there's the checkered flag.
Half a litre left in the tank, so bang on with the fuel.
Great job, you did really well.
Which is always nice. But there you go, P2 in the Bimmer for, I think it was 5th on the grid, so not too bad. Helped a lot by people just blowing up at the start, but they still managed to keep it clean and bring home a good result. So there you go. Bimmer delivers once again. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, apologies for it being a bit quieter on track, just how the race kind of ended up panning out. So still had a good time anyway. Always good fun to have a bit more of a casual race every now and then. So yeah, there you go. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, it's bye for now.